Alright boys, today we're going to be ranking the several DPS in Black Clover Mobile. Only the ones on global. There's some JP Korea ones obviously on here, but I'm only going to be ranking the ones on global, and I'm going to do this as overall, okay? I'm not going to do a split PvP and PvE one because I'm not a fan of that. I think generally speaking, when someone looks at tier list, that means they're generally curious how good is this character in the game for that job, and I'll be like, okay, he's a good DPS in PvP, but I'm not so much in PvE, but like just overall, right? And then you can probably use your brain to think, okay, but I'm also going to explain, right? Just for the people that skip to the end, which fair enough, but I wouldn't recommend. Please love me. You can do so. Anyway, like, subscribe, all the cool stuff. I love you guys. Let's get into it. So DPS only. Let's start. Okay. Oh, by the way, I also want to apologize. I kept calling him Black Asta in my video. I think it's because of the outfit. I don't know, just like because it's black. I was like, yeah, this is Black Asta. I don't know. I know it's not Black Asta, obviously, but it's just like, I don't know. Anyway, for now I'm gonna put him in S tier, and the thing that I want to do is like overall, king of DPS, okay? And then like the enemy will fall quickly, or gets the job done, or like niche can be very effective at times. Niche but nice when niche is fulfilled, which is sort of the same thing as this, but like less slightly, right? Mid, like actually just mid. Okay, actually I'm gonna do the mid, just mid DPS, okay? Mid DPS, and then no Z DPS. There you go, like no damage. All right. Okay, so now that we have that out the way, let's this guy. The enemy will fall quickly. Honestly, on global, the way he is right now, I wouldn't mind putting him in King of DPS. You'll use him for future raids too. There's this like other raid where like you have to take the HP bar down, and then based on how much damage you do, you get a higher score. That's like my favorite event as well. I really like that one, and he's really good for this one. He's really good for that one, and he's obviously really strong in PvP. Mainly in attack. I don't like him on defense because if you have a defender on a team, he will most often than not, the enemy AI will always target him. So if they have an Asta and that's their only DPS, put a defender on your team, I promise, and it's going to be the easiest like win of your life. So that's like the only thing I don't like about the Asta in PvP. But on attack, he's really effective because there you have so much things you can do, right? You do like Finral's attack boost into Charlotte's defense boost and Mark, and you ult someone there above 80% HP again. You get an extra turn. You do your second skill, right, to kill that person. They have Mark, you get another turn. At that point you already have his passive slightly built up, and then let's say they have like a Mimosa or like a weaker like green unit, right, or like a Fuego, for example, also very squishy. You left click them, they die, you get another turn, right? Now you do something else, and then they pretty much don't have anyone left. You win. So this guy can be really good. I'm on the verge. I'll put other characters in the tier lists first, and then I'll talk, and then I'll like move them at the very end again. But right now, this is why I have him, okay? Blue Yami, I would say the enemy will fall quickly. Honestly, I think, honestly, in my opinion, they're both in the same tier, these two. They both do, like, this guy is better for gear farming than this guy. This guy is just, I think they're both equally as good in PvP. I'd probably give it to Yami over him. For bosses, right now, Yami is better, but again, this guy will be better on a different boss, obviously. Depends on the typing and the setup and everything, but this guy can cook tremendously. Well, I actually used him on the second boss in the second phase and did him in the first phase, so that actually makes sense. I don't know, I think they're both probably the same ballpark. I think people will have their preferences. I know there's blue Yami defenders who want me to put him there, and there's red Asta defenders that want me to put him there. But yeah, I'll keep him like this. Now the next one would be, I'm gonna put some debuffers on here too, by the way. Like if I think they're a damage dealer, like even though it says debuffer, I will put him there. There's people I don't know too much about. I don't know too much about this guy. I know a bunch about other SRs, but not too much about this guy, so I won't rank him, right? But I think you guys are mostly interested in SSRs anyway. Fauna, new unit. Love her in the show. Well, design-wise, she's hot as fuck. In the game, I was like, when she came on Korea, I was like a, not defender, but I like simp for her anyway. And I was using her when people thought she wasn't that good. And she's one of the best cards in the game. That you can give her like any DPS, and she's insane for gear farming, and you can obviously nuke in PvP with her AoE as well, but you need to ult first then AoE. So I will give her, can be very effective at times. She can be really strong. The lifesteal everything she has is really strong as well. The burn chance and everything is so weird, and like the burn after the burn, and she doesn't actually do it. Like, it's so weird. I don't like that. Right? Like, I feel like her kit is kind of like it wants to work well for itself, but it doesn't. Like, it wants someone else that can like apply burn, but then it's like weird because you sometimes can't, and you need like a different unit, and then what blue unit is there that applies burn? Not a single one, I think. So it's just like, it's weird. Obviously you don't have to run with blue units, but like for like gear, especially right now, I'm thinking like you need that. Next up, Fuego. Now I am the biggest offender of Fuego. I would love to put him here. Honestly, the reason I want to put him here is because he can apply two burns, right? If you have this card, he'll apply 2 burns to the enemy. Burn is the strongest debuff in this entire game. Far and away, you cannot, like, honestly, it's stronger than stun, honestly. I'm not even kidding, I think it's stronger than stun, okay? Now, obviously, I'm a Fuego sim, but I will put him here. He's so slept on because a lot of people can't think for themselves and only would follow one person. So if they saw one person not use him, they'd be okay, he's not good, right? And a lot of people don't read kits, and this has been proven to me now because friends of mine who played Korea and were shitting on him have no idea why the good characters in the game were good. And they were asking all sorts of like noob questions for when Global came out. So I think for Goldion he's obviously infinitely better, especially if you run him with Nozel, who is not on this tier list because he does no damage. And he's a debuffer that doesn't do damage. He's a magic attack debuffer and everything, right? Which is really good, but right now not really relevant. He's better when like the Noel and stuff come out. Their combined attack might be, I think it's stronger than Licht and Ryas. I think it's stronger than Licht and Ryas. This guy is so damn strong. You do his AoE, and then what you can do as well is you give him the talent that the cooling gets reset as well. Then you kill some of the ultimate, you have the AoE again, and the burn will just kill them. It do a quarter of the HP when their turn starts. You do so much damn damage. Even when Noel was out in Korea, I was still using this guy with Nozel, and I would do like 500k on his AoE. And just one-shot everyone. I promise you guys, you need to think outside of the mindless, brain dead, like meta slaves. This guy is broken. So I will put him here to send a message. I would like to put him here, but I will put him here right now because the guy that's here is just better. All right. So the person I want to put here is just better. Okay. So anyway, right. Next, Gosh is mid. He's good. For an SR, okay. If this was an SR ranking, I'll put him here, okay? Amongst the SRs, he's broken, okay? But he's good. He does a lot of damage. You can do the extra attack and everything is really good for him. The way you scale him, everything is really nice as well. His card's good for him. His skills, again, like he has like the mirror thing, obviously, so he does extra attacks, and that amounts to a lot of damage. And this guy can cook. If you don't have a blue DPS for gear stage, you can build this guy up. He will cook everything. I promise he will cook everything. Okay. Next up, Jack is very niche, but he's so nice when his niche is fulfilled. If there is a boss and that's the only thing there is, this guy is broken, okay? If you need to nuke with one single target, he will outdo any other character, okay? Because he gets crit damage from his ultimate for each buff, and you can give him like 17 buffs, bro. Okay, you can scale him to like absurd amount of levels. And his card, if you give him like his signature card, his second skill will give him some insane buffs too. He will do so much damage. And let's say you nuke someone for 5 million damage with this guy, okay? And then let's say they live somehow. His single target, his skill 1, will do like 700k too. Okay, yeah, this guy is insane. I was showing people on like Korea as well, like because this guy in the beta was really broken. I really liked him. Then in Korea they kind of like ruined him. But as soon as we got a boss and I was using it, I was like, yeah, like I remember Geeku was struggling with the boss. I was like, yeah, so like watch this, and I showed him my Jack and I just watched the boss, and he was like, oh. So yeah, this guy is, when his niche is fulfilled, when he's in his element, he cooks. But for gear farming, I mean, I use them actually, but not really that good, obviously. For PvP, not really that good. You can make him work. I think Antho actually got to Upper League with this guy on Korea as well. So, shouts to Antho. But that was like super early on. But even then, I think that's still, you know, still respectable. But yeah, I don't know. This guy, Niche, I'm so sad. He's one of my favorite characters in the show. Like, him and Fuego are my favorite characters in the show. So I wish he got more. But maybe in the future. This guy obviously, unfortunately, is also not that good. So yeah. Speaking of mid, I can put Yuno here too. He's mid. He honestly, he can get the job done. Again, he can be your green DPS if you need a green DPS, but he won't be your carry if you need a carry. Okay, you get it? So he's mid. He does some good damage, right? His AoE is good. His single target not so much. He can get the job done. He can get the job done. He can get the job done. Okay. Julius, I'm gonna put here. He's not out yet, but he will be here. Okay, listen. Anyway. Now this guy I'll put in can be very effective at times too. I was initially very hyped about his buff on global. So I built him up and everything, and he will do some insane damage, but Fuego just does more damage, even though he has higher magic attack. His card is insane too, so I honestly am not too sure why he does less damage than Fuego, but he does less damage. His burn isn't as good. Somehow I don't know what it is. They like pretty much have the exact same kit at this point, but he's just worse. He is just worse. I will tell you from my experience from using him, he is just worse. He's still really strong though, and I feel like there might be a comp where you use like Fuegolion and this guy, and you do AoE, and they're like they're all dead, right? You do like Valtos and Finroll, so for maximum speed, and then you ult with Valtos, you ult with Finroll, and you do both their AoEs. Enemies are probably dead, but you can do it with other characters too. So I don't know. It's weird. This guy is like a better Fauna, honestly. The lifesteal is broken. The lifesteal he has is broken. This guy, if you don't one-shot him, he'll be full HP every time. Every time after he attacks, he'll be full HP. Right? He does one left click, boom, full HP. That's one thing that's really insane about this guy. But damage-wise, he's lower than this guy. So even though lifesteal is really nice, and it comes in clutch a lot of times as well. Actually, when I was doing story, I was like there's some stages where like I just had him soloed at the end. Like he was just the last one remaining, and they couldn't one-shot him, so he just healed to full every time, and I'd be good to go. But yeah, I can't put him higher than that, even though, again, the Vermilion family is just the coolest thing in the show anyway, but I would love to put him higher, but I can't. Okay. Next up, Luck sucks. Honestly, Z DPS, get him out the game. It's so sad. Luck is so cool too, right? I like that like character archetype, you know, like a crazy kid, lightning powers, right? It's like Killua but worse. I like it, right? And lightning powers in general, just like if you have lightning powers, you're probably my favorite character. And they cooked him. He's not good. Shock is not a good effect in this game anyway, and he is not good. So he doesn't have anything going for him. I wish they buffed him on global, like tremendous, but they didn't. So he is unfortunately stuck in not good territory. Licht I will put here too. I think some people will put him in King of DPS, but the guarantee crit is nice. High crit damage is good. He has immortality. His second skill is actually pretty good single target as well. He has that combined attack with Raya, who I'm gonna spoil Raya's here. But I don't know. Like I feel like he's missing something. I feel like he doesn't. I know he doesn't have like, well, the game doesn't have hard enough content to where like his longevity would like fall off or anything. There's really just a Hall of Illusions. That's like the end game, like the really harder stages, and he is not bad for that. But I have to put him here, right? No, I will put him here still. I think I'll only want him to be there. Right now, I think this will be like one singular, the sole king of DPS. This guy, let me talk about him. This guy will do his normal attack if he has a buff, which you would pretty much always have. He will do that extra attack, and that card will pretty much do a single target damage worth, but AoE. It's a single target that hits everyone. Okay, it's an AoE with single target scaling. It's insane. Okay, his second skill, honestly, don't really care about it. His ultimate, insane damage. His combined attack, one of the best things in the entire game. Now, what I do, I don't even run him with Licht. I run him with Red Yami, which I can't see. Oh, there he is. I run him with Red Yami, okay, who is here. And both the combined attack and PvP, most times in my setup, I one-shot the entire enemy team, just with their combined attack, right? Licht and Rayas, if I set up my Licht more, might do more damage, probably does more damage, but right now with my Yami, they're both cooking. Obviously, I have to run 2 physical attack sets, which is like, kind of cringe, but I'm not getting anything dropped anyway. My drops for gear have been horrendous. Most of my drops for gear have been the HP pieces, the sideways one. I'm not even kidding, like, out of my past 10, 9 of them have been the HP ones. It's so annoying. But whenever I get one that's a attack one, it's usually physical attack. So it's actually not bad that I'm running this. Actually quite good for me. But yeah, anyway. This guy, I would love to put him here too. But Raya is literally just this guy, but better. So I can't, right? But I think there's like a... If I had to like separate the tiers more, I would go Raya. Then I would go these 2 in the same tier. Pause. And then these 3 in the same tier. I think. But I feel like they're still close enough to where I can put them in the same tier. It is ordered, by the way, I think. Would I order it like this? No, I would order like this, I think. These 3 are like the same, honestly. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, just because. Very strong. Yeah. There you go. Okay. I think that's fine. Right? Honestly, I could do like... the thing is, I don't want to do S plus and everything, because when people see Jack, they're like, "Wow, he sucks." It's like, no, he has his niche, but he's only good at niche. But if I don't put this, then people will think, "Oh, he's D tier." Yikes! So I have to put it like this. Okay, that's why I like to do none of this. Right. Next up, who do we have left? That's on global. I can't think of anyone. We covered everyone, right? Oh, Lotus. I guess I put Lotus on the tier list. When I earlier said debuffer, obviously I was talking about him. Actually, this guy's not bad. He's mid, I guess. He's on the same level as them, high key. He can do some stuff. He can do some damage. He kind of has like the same thing. His card, the crit rate and everything is good too. The mirror stuff and everything is good too. Not the mirror, like the illusion stuff. It's pretty good too. He's good. He's good. He's good. There's nothing like special about them that we can really talk about. Like they really just do damage. They have nothing else, like no side utility or anything. No like insane feat, but they get they're SRs, okay, and for SRs they cook. Alright, they can cook for SRs. Okay, actually, Rill as a DPS can be very effective at times, okay? If they have Rodus, Rill is immediately useless, but for bosses and even like the defense reduction and everything, and incapacitate, like this guy can provide a lot of damage while doing a decent chunk of damage himself. I suppose so. Like I think I'll do a debuff for Tierlist separately. I think this will all be attackers, and then the rest will all be yeah, I think I'll do like this, okay? Now, obviously, Noel will be here, and Julius will also be here eventually, but yeah. I think that's my tier list. I'm double checking if I miss anyone. I don't know anything about this guy, unfortunately. Not too much about this guy either. I did use this guy, though. This guy, I remember, I was thinking he's really strong. He has, like, stun and everything, right? Hold on, let's check. Yeah, he has stun. I remember, he has a stun card. Yeah, he just likes stunning. Yeah, but that's really it. I don't know. He's not... I don't think he'd do that much. Single target. AoE, I guess. AoE stun. He's like a worse Rill, I guess. But that's really all he does. What's his passive? When attacking defender. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll put him. I'll put him based on speculation on ZDPS. And let's check this guy as well. Eyes of the Midnight Sun guy. Let's go to attacker, and then let's go to, where is he? That's not him. There you go. All right. So this guy, single target, this guy, okay, what's the enhanced one? Crit damage, level 2, okay, 35%, penetration by 40. This is a nice skill. It's single target though. And you lose the penetration just for the attack, so you wouldn't have it for anything else. Both single target is not good. You want at least one of these to be AoE. AoE ultimate, bleed, and that's all he does? That's not good. 5% when attacking a supporter, I see, okay. If at least one of the... Yeah, okay, well, this guy will not be doing that much. I think he's better than these two, though, honestly. If I had to give it to someone. His stats are going to be awful, obviously. Right, if you go down to stats. Yikes, that is horrendous. If you go to... This guy will probably have, like, more as well. Yeah. Oh, he's a hybrid, too. Yikes, that's the worst thing you could be. That's the worst thing you could be. But yeah, this guy, is he only even on the tier list? You didn't even see him? Oh, he is right here. Okay, let's see where he is. So... Because I want to be fair. Single target. Wait, that's the same guy. This guy. Single target. Single target does more damage to the crits guaranteed when they have less than 30 HP. The skill can be enhanced. Oh, enhanced doesn't have. Okay, again, if this was AoE, this would not be bad. This would be good. It applies crit rate to you before attacking single target. This is horrendous. Well, he's so bad. Yikes. Yikes, this guy is horrendous. Where is he? Oh, I put him there, right? Yeah, nah, this guy has to be the worst DPS in the entire game. Yikes. Anyone else that I'm missing that is on global, that is an attacker? Let's see. Attacker. No. There we go. So that's my DPS tier list. I think on global. Ordered. I think ordered. I'm not too sure. But, yeah. Anyway. That's what I think. I hope you guys enjoyed. Good job. Subscribe.